Welcome to Tech It Out, the show that aims to translate the jargon in the event tech jungle. Event technology is something that does send a lot of people into a bit of a panic. And I do understand the idea of having to go out and buy a new software and lots of expensive hardware does put a lot of people off. But it doesn't have to be that way. All you really need to start embracing event technology is one of these and a free app. This can let you register for an event, it can track your progress to an event, it will tell you who's there, you can even ask questions to moderators and speakers. So is it really that difficult to understand and use? Well, to find out, I've come to Cvent's office in central London to learn a little bit more. Global technology company Cvent has an arsenal of products designed to streamline the events industry, but I'm here to learn more about their new mobile app, CrowdCompass.
The app is designed to really increase the delegate experience. It's actually pre, during and post event. It's not just for the event itself. So it's all about people knowing where to go, what to do. So they'll be able to access the schedules, they'll be able to network with other people during the event, actually start messaging people the same way as we would via WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger. But actually then really start to increase the experience through live interaction, live polling, even live Q&A, and all these tools during the event as well, and even post-event. It's all about now making sure that people can continue that experience and continue using that long after the event's finished.
The biggest fear harboured by the event proletariat is that event tech is perceived as too complex. But is this really the case, or has its simplicity been simply underestimated?
The answer is yes, they do assume it's too complex. I think that's one of the biggest fears and concerns from a lot of the clients that we speak to. The thing is, it's changed a lot over the last few years. So it used to be a luxury, and it used to be really expensive to be able to bring in a mobile app, and it used to be complex because it would only be the user experience that it would be invested in, not necessarily the back-end experience. But now, the way that it's changed so much is that because it's this longer-term engagement, because we know that the clients are going to be using it for multiple events throughout the year, then essentially this means that it's become a lot more simple because companies like Cvent are really starting to invest in the back-end system just as much as the front-end experience.
Nick and his team have worked hard to ensure CrowdCompass meets all the needs of the contemporary event professional, and to demonstrate its features, Nick has kindly agreed to take me through it.
Basically what you see here is it's an app that's a native app that lives directly on the device. So what you have as a delegate, you would have your own personalised portal here where you can see your own schedule, messages, contacts, and then all of the event content will be here, of course, customisable content. So the way that you would typically use it, so delegates will be able to go in prior to the event, they'll be able to see an attendee list and start connecting up with other delegates inside of the app, sending messages and sharing contact information. And then right through to once we're at the event as well, if we're going into the agenda, choosing different sessions, building up your personalised agenda there. I think one of the exciting parts about it is the fact that we can have this real live interaction throughout the session itself and throughout the whole event. And even beyond that as well, there's a lot of elements that really start to push that engagement beyond those basic features. So it's essentially something that is completely customizable. We can add in a gamification piece in here. So if you do have a social audience, then of course we want to create some more live interaction, get people to climb a leaderboard by completing challenges inside of the app. And these can be anything from filling out a survey if we want to gain more feedback, connecting with other delegates inside of the app as well.
So there's going to be a lot of gloating in conference meetings rooms then?
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's certainly, when it comes to adding all of your event content in there, making sure that not only have you got these engaging features, but it's got to be quick, really simple, really easy to use. So just knowing, again, where to go to the actual venue prior to the event, we'll be able to get into a city map, a location map of where that venue is, knowing maybe points of interest around the venue, maybe nice places to eat, or good kind of landmarks to go and see while you're at the event itself. And then of course emergency contacts, any photos or videos that you want to add in there is all going to be included inside of this.
Of course, at this stage, the bean counters will be wanting to know about return on investment and other such fiscal matters. But is that missing the point? Is engagement not just as important?
Funnily enough, return on investment, again, that's changed a little bit. We should definitely think about return on investment still, because actually sponsors are really starting to invest more in the mobile app these days and mobile technology. And digital ad spend is far surpassing TV ad spends and so forth. And the reason for that now is because actually there are more clickable and trackable results inside of an app. So if you think about rotating banner advertisements, for example, these are all clickable and trackable, so we can go back to sponsors and say this is exactly how many people were driven to your website and driven to your organisation page. And then actually even now, because it's a longer term engagement tool, we've got things like push notifications that allow sponsors to then get more communication out directly to delegates. So they're investing more in mobile ad spend. And actually we started out with non-profit organisations and working with them, and they didn't have a budget for an app, so they were able to cover those costs. So there's a lot of ROI there, but then I think you're 100% right. When it comes to the engagement, I think there's a lot of ROE to be had, a lot of return on engagement, because again, it's longer term. I keep coming back to this, I'm sure, but it's not just a simple digital brochure guide anymore. That engagement is starting to really get extended, and the gateway stays open for organisers to keep in touch with delegates long after the event's finished.
So there we are then. To embrace event tech, you don't need a PhD in computer science or the patience of St. Jerome. All you need is a smartphone and the grasp of how it turns on. It really is as easy as that.